Hey, Vaughn, the No BS guy here. Up early on a Sunday morning, getting ready to go to my other job. You know, on Sundays I work for a Jewish carpenter named Jesus. That's a shorthand way of saying I'm a preacher. So I'm up so early Sunday morning and I'm preparing to go to church. And I decided I want to do a video. This is not a marketing video. This is a video for the team. We need some mindset training because our matrix isn't moving. And as the great Vicky Wooden said, a matrix don't work if a matrix don't move. And I'm trying to look at why people are coming into business. We're getting plenty of people in, but they're staying on level 1, level 2, level 3. Why aren't folks moving? Well, I think it's because of the mindset that people have as they come into business. So hopefully this video will give you some guidance and help you to have the right mindset that you have if you want to make $100,000 in the feeder matrix. Because you see, I came in the business for the $100,000, and I'm assuming that that's why you're here too. So let me help you get the right mindset to help get you to that $100,000. Here's how you do it. You gotta first get serious. You gotta get serious. And then you gotta get your AFRO together. That's what this bald guy's saying, get your AFRO together. Well, I'll explain that in a little bit. But if you get serious and you get your AFRO together, then you can treat your feeder matrix business like your job until you don't have one. Get serious, get your AFRO together, and treat your feeder matrix business like your job so that you can work yourself out of a job. You won't need to have a job. You'll have a business that will be paying you $100,000 or more this year. And let me explain that. Now, there are 3 questions that you really need to ask yourself. I know there are 3 questions that I ask myself when I came in the feeder matrix business and I set my sights on that $100,000. There are 3 questions I asked myself. And the first question is, how much did your job pay you last year? I'm assuming most of you do have a job. Most of you are working on a job, and you're looking to build a feeder matrix business as a means of maybe getting out of the cubicle, getting away from the desk, getting out of that job that you're getting up and going to every day that you really don't want to go to. You know, you're looking to build a business as a way to create some freedom for yourself. So again, the 3 questions I asked myself: first, how much did your job pay you last year? Second, you need to ask yourself, what did you have to do to make that 20, 30, 40, even 50 or $60,000 that your job paid you last year? Then the third question you need to ask is, what are you willing to do to make that 30, 40, 50, 60, $100,000? Are you willing to do half as much to make $100,000 with the feeder matrix business as you did to make the 30, 40, or 50 or $60,000 on your job last year? Let me show you how that applies. Now, as you know, I work as a truck driver. Okay, I'm also a preacher, but I don't receive pay for that. I do that because that's who I am. That's my heart. But on my job as a truck driver last year, I made $37,000. Now, what did I have to do for that $37,000? Well, I drive between 300 and 500 miles a day, 5 to 6 to 7 days a week. I'm out on the road for 2 weeks at a time, and I generally get home every other weekend. And I had to do that all last year to make $37,000. Now, the feeder matrix is a business that's going to pay me over $100,000. So the question is, am I willing to do half as much to build a feeder matrix business as I did to make $37,000 driving a truck last year? And ask yourself that about what you're doing. You know, maybe you're an office clerk. Maybe you're a secretary. Maybe you're an executive. But here's the deal. When we get a job, here's what happens. You go on an interview and you do well, and then they say, well, we're going to offer you the job, right? And then they say, we're going to pay you $50,000, okay? And then they tell you up front, you know, we're going to pay you $50,000, and here's what you got to do. You got to be to work every day, Monday through Friday. You have to do this job. You have to go to orientation. You have to be trained. Then you have to be to work 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Some of you guys work 7 days a week. And you've got to come to work every day. And you've got to be at work 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 hours. And you've got to do the job. And if you do that consistently every week for the next 50 to 52 weeks, we're going to pay you out a total of $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. I mean, think about it, right? You know, and you know up front what they're going to pay you. They tell you up front, listen, you're going to make $30,000 a year. You're going to make $50,000 a year. So when you go to your job and you get the interview and you're excited and you're like, oh, I got this job. I'm going to make $50,000 this year, right? And then you already know coming out the gate that you're going to have to make this commitment of being there every day, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week. You're going to have to make that commitment to working 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 9, 10, 12 hours a day. And you make that commitment, right? Now, do you go on your job and go, okay, when they offer you the job, do you say, okay, I'm going to take it and see if it works out? Do you do that? Do you go on a job and say, all right, great, gee, thanks for hiring me. I'm gonna take this job, and then I'm gonna see if it works out. And you know, if I ain't made $5,000 after 30 days, I'm just gonna quit and go to the next job. Do you do that? Well, why would you do that with a $100,000 business? I mean, think about it. You know, you know what it's gonna take. You know what you're gonna make. And you know what you've got to do, and you commit to doing that. Well, why not do that with your feeder matrix business? People say, oh, well, you said it only takes $1.75 to get started, and it does. And but then how you're asking us to level up and make this investment? Well, let me see. When you take that $50,000 job, and they tell you you're going to make $50,000. Don't you also have to make an investment? Don't you also have to invest in gas and clothes and the biggest investment that you make for a job is your time. You're given 5, 6, 7 days a week, 8, 10, 12 hours a day. That's a huge investment. And, you know, you're giving this huge investment for what you know already coming out the gate is a limited return. And if you're willing to do that and make that kind of investment for a job, why wouldn't you be willing to make an investment for a business that's going to pay you 2 or 3 times what your job's going to pay you? You see what I'm saying? Folks, it's time to get serious about your feeder matrix business. I mean, we say all the time, if you treat your business like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. But if you treat your business like a business, it'll pay you like a business. Well, I'm saying you need to treat your business like your job. Because when you got your job, you committed to that thing. And you do whatever it takes to get to that thing. You invest time, you invest money and resources, you invest your life in getting to that job to make that $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. So it's time to get serious about your feeder matrix business. Get serious about your business. Treat your business like you treat your job, and the feeder matrix will pay you $100,000 this year. It'll pay you $100,000, but you got to be willing to get your AFRO together. Now, that's an acronym that I got from the great Vicki Wooden on one of our training calls. Have you guys committed to being on the training calls? Have you guys committed to being in the Facebook groups and participating in the team building activity in the feeder matrix? See, those are the kind of things you need to do to make that $100,000. And just like on your job, they tell you everything that you're going to have to do in order to make that 30, 40, $50,000. And you commit to doing that. Well, when you come into the Feeder Matrix on the Feeder Matrix Express team, we tell you the kind of things you need to do. And it's summed up in the acronym that Vicky Wooden put out, those 4 things. Okay? Get your AFRO together. Get your AFRO together. If you do these 4 things every day, if you'll commit to doing these 4 things in your Feeder Matrix business every day, you will make that 100,000. Get your AFRO together. A stands for advertise. Okay, you're in a marketing business. That's what we do in the Feeder Matrix. We market software. We sell software member to member, but it's a marketing business. Okay, and no marketing business survives without advertising. So every day you should be advertising. You should be advertising. You should be on Facebook. You should be on YouTube. You should be on Twitter. You should be on classified ad sites. You should be on banner ad sites. We teach you so many different ways to advertise. It doesn't matter if Facebook shuts your account down. You can blow up YouTube. You can blow up Google Plus groups. You can go to the classified advertising sites. You can use email marketing and all these kinds of things. And we actually train you to be a professional marketer. So you got to advertise every day, okay? F stands for follow-up. People are contacting you, asking questions about your business. Get in touch with the people that want to know about your business. Get in touch with other people and follow up with them. Network with people. It's a networking business, okay? R stands for recruit. Recruiting. You should be recruiting every day. Listen, believe me, people are looking, and I'm looking for people who are looking. And so are you. Every day you should be recruiting. Every day you should have a recruiting mindset, because just like you were looking for a way out, other people are looking for a way out. Just like you were looking for a way to make $100,000, there are other people out there looking too. So every day you should be recruiting. And then finally, the O stands for outreach. Every day I try to do 2 things. One, I try to contact my upline and ask for help if I need help with anything. I try to contact my upline and ask for help. Hey, what are you guys doing today? What's working for you? Where are you finding that your marketing gets the best response? Where are you finding that you get the best feedback and things? So every day I contact my upline and ask for help, and then I reach out to people in my downline, other people who've come into business with me, and I offer to help. So outreach is going upline to ask for help and then going downline to offer to help. Get your AFRO together. If you'll do those 4 things every day, advertise, follow up, recruit, and do outreach. If you'll get your AFRO together, if you'll get serious and get your AFRO together, then treat the Feeder Matrix business like you treat your job. In other words, you're going to get there no matter what. Rain, shine, you go to your job when it rains and shines. And you go to your job, no matter what, because you've committed to doing whatever you got to do to make that 30, 40, $50,000. Well, treat your business like you treat your job, and it'll pay you 2 or 3 or 4 times what your job is paying you. In fact, if you treat your business like you treat your job, pretty soon you won't have a job, because you'll make so much money in the Feeder Matrix that you'll be able to go into your boss's office and say, you know what? I can't afford to work here anymore. My Feeder Matrix business is making me so much money that I need to take the time and effort and energy that I've committed to this job and put that into building my Feeder Matrix business so that it can make me $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in a year. Because if you're on the trainings, you know that the Feeder Matrix business can position you to do just that. So this is Vaughn, the No BS guy, giving you some no BS mindset training. I hope you've gotten something out of this. So here's the thing, guys. You gotta get serious. You gotta get your AFRO together, and you gotta treat your feeder matrix business like you treat your job until you don't have a job anymore because you've built the business. Okay? Let's go get it, guys. Let's just make this thing happen. Because you see, the feeder matrix is going to pay me $100,000 this year. How about you? Get serious. Get your AFRO together. And treat your business like you treat your job until you don't have a job, but you've built a business. Vaughn the No BS guy. We'll see you at the top.